For the Russians, the situation is becoming critical, and they understand that. The fighters have already reported to their headquarters that without reinforcements they won't be able to hold this position. The Russians are trying to respond as quickly as possible, and the fastest support they can send right now is on motorcycles. They are mobile and have high off-road capability. But they also have one major drawback: a complete lack of armor, and the Ukrainians know this well. Just as they know that an FPV drone can reach speeds no lower than a motorcycle. So several drone pilots take this incoming Russian reinforcement group upon themselves. Meanwhile, the Russians have no idea that the hunt for them has already begun. They are confident that the fields they are crossing to reach their comrades are outside the reach of Ukrainian operators. But this time their reconnaissance made a mistake for which they will have to pay with their lives. Due to the very heavy equipment losses caused by the high effectiveness of FPV drones, the Russians are increasingly neglecting the safety of their soldiers, sending them practically without protection. That is why we are seeing a noticeable rise in the use of motorcycles whenever the weather conditions allow it. This reinforcement will not reach its destination. The Russians even brought in several volleys of MLRS, and with their last remaining strength, they are trying to prevent the Ukrainians from reclaiming their village.
Цель 0201А, цель 0201А, по основной.
The Russians opened MLRS fire without even bothering to consider that their own soldiers, who were still holding the defense there, were still alive. Explosions are ringing from all sides. The Russian MLRS Grad is not a precision weapon. Perhaps that is what saved the Ukrainians from a horrific death. Many shells land very close, destroying houses and ripping trees out with fragments. No one knows how many of their own soldiers they ended up killing during this operation. But after these strikes, the number of places where one can defend safely has definitely decreased.
Сюда притягивайтесь! Проходьте лівіше. Обходьте.
The Russians fire a few more volleys and then quickly leave the launch area. They need to get out of the strike zone before Ukrainian FPV pilots lock onto them. Their mission, in their view, is completed. Did they help their own soldiers? Most likely, no. Did they stop the Ukrainian advance? Also, no. But the order was given, and it had to be carried out.
Давайте, пацани, чим довше сидимо, тим більше, Йдемо сюди! Обходьте, блядь! Давайте, блядь! Будете жить! Пацани, лягайте, ебануту кидай.
The Ukrainians make one last offer for the Russians to surrender. They have practically lost this position already. No reinforcements will be coming. After the shelling stopped, the Ukrainians managed to approach the point from which the fire had been coming. Not a single one survived, but shots can still be heard from the buildings further ahead. The end of the mission is close. Russian artillery still reaches the edge of the settlement, and they mercilessly shell positions where Russian soldiers remain. They don't care about collateral losses. The main goal is to stop the advance of the Ukrainian assault troops.
З контролем! Чіпс, контроль, сука! Не розслабляйтесь, блядь.
Some Russian soldiers somehow managed to survive and hide among the ruins.
Ой, бля. Ого, блядь. Хороший, да?
Under enemy artillery fire, the Ukrainians continue the final clearing operation. Almost no Russian soldiers remain. Most were eliminated in the process, while a few managed to escape.
Праву пристройку візьміть. О, да. Тікай, гранату кину.
Among the buildings destroyed by artillery, someone is still trying to shoot back, but the forces are nowhere near equal.
Мені кажеться, я його ще запиздував з автомата.
The Ukrainians now once again control this location.
Виходь, будеш жити, блядь!
Артас, закріпилися,
Лежить. 200, отут. Подвал якийсь, подвал. Мене нема, блядь. Давай.
In the end, the assault group notices someone hiding in a collapsed basement, and without hesitation throws a grenade inside.
Ебать її в рот. Все, заходим. Це вони, сука, звідси кошмарили нас, на.
Давайте закріпляємося, патки, чисті закріпляємо, заходимо.
Все, тут чисто, дом. Надо в посадку заходити.
It was a very difficult path, but the mission is complete. The village has been returned to the hands of those it rightfully belongs to, and the Ukrainian flag flies here once again.